Roll call. Sorry. Roll call. President is here. Vice President.
Here.
Commissioner.
Here.
Secretary. Secretary is not here. Treasurer. Member at large Glenn. I'm sorry. Member at large Gene Hunter. Gene is not here. Member at large Tony.
Present.
All right. Did everybody get a chance to look over last month's minutes?
Yes.
Actually, it should be September minutes. No.
Yes. September minutes, October agenda.
Yes. God, I'm confused. Right? It shouldn't be September minutes?
September minutes, October agenda.
Okay. Did everybody get a chance to read them?
Yes.
I would like to make a motion to accept last month's minutes.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, President's report. I just have a couple little things. First is Fields. Since Danny's been back, he's been working his tail off at the fields. The weather is killing him, and it's killing the progress on the fields. Basically, I know by spring they will be back to where they should be. You just got to be patient this year. Can't really do nothing until the rain stops, and then the best time really to fix them all is going to be when they close the fields down in December and January. Speaking of field closures, that's my next topic. Usually, what we do is we usually shut down the day after the season ends for 30 days. We do odds or evens, whatever. You guys, sorry, yeah, we'll do odds, and then we'll do evens the next 30 days after that. Also, the last couple of years, since we only have one playing field for field 5, which is the older kids, the Babe Ruth division, the 13, 14, 15U travel division, we ask that we can do the 30 days for that field, mostly like the 3 weeks in December and the first week of January. That's like our slowest time of the year for that age group.
Okay.
If we can do, just pick the 30 days, mostly, like I said, like 3 weeks in December, the first week of January works out pretty good. Whatever 30 days you can squeeze in. Because all the other 8 divisions have an alternate field to use. The other, like I said, the 13, 14, 15, they don't. So,
Okay.
Yeah,
put that in.
Also, can you find out if for sure we can't do the tournament? And I know I do this every month, November.
Yeah.
This time.
Okay. November.
Because if we can do it, I need to know ASAP so we can advertise it, and then we can adjust our rec schedule too.
Okay.
Um,
I'll bring it up tomorrow and see if there's any
I
changes.
believe it was the weekend that we had the break in between playoffs and the rec season. I know. We might have to eliminate that weekend. But listen, if we have to eliminate some rec games, we eliminate some rec games. We put extra games in this year, so didn't we? Yeah. Right. If we have to play multiple games a week, we'll do it. Okay. I'm hoping this rain stops. I really do.
Ms. Treasurer, can you please speak into your mic? I can barely hear you.
Sorry, is that better? No,
Is your button on?
it's green.
I can hear. Okay, rain, fields. That's about all I got. We got. I don't want to bring up the calendar because Amy took care of that. She'll talk all about that when it comes up. Vice President's report. You're up.
We did end up having to buy some softballs for 12 because we were out of 12-inch balls. We were for wide, but we were able to get pitcher's glove for softball. We got a tee for the AV team that was looking for a tee, and we are looking into changing from blue sombrero to SI play. Babe Ruth. Can you hear me? I'm sorry. Can you hear me? We good? So we bought softballs for 12U. Wow, I got louder. We got catcher's gloves for softball, a tee for the 8U softball team. Baseball, we still had plenty of balls from last season, so we didn't have to purchase any for this season. We are looking into changing from blue sombrero to SI play for a couple different reasons. Blue Sombrero is a little bit more expensive now. They're taking more of a credit card fee out, as well as Babe Ruth uses them for their All-Star registration, so it would make life easier. All the information would already be in that system. As well as Babe Ruth has now initiated, it would automatically do background checks for coaches. So that would alleviate that responsibility on us because then the coaches can just put their information right there and it would come back to us
Yeah,
saying,
let's go into that a little more. So when a coach signs up for the season,
right,
it's like an automatic done by that system, which is
Yes.
awesome.
Oh, okay.
and then the Babe Ruth requires every 2 years. So every 2 years, the system will automatically know if it's time for that person to redo it or whatever. So then it's a lot less work on us to have to do, like, go into the system, see who's time, when it's time to redo it and everything. And I believe it'll save us some money in the long run as well. So I'm really excited. I sent them a inquiring email. I'm just waiting for someone to contact me back on that. Do you want me to talk about the calendar now or wait until that part of the agenda?
If it's on the agenda, wait till the agenda. Yes,
Asked for it to be, it should be.
it's there. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll talk about the calendar then. That is my report.
Treasurer's report.
I'm finally up and running, I think, with QuickBooks. I don't know if I'm doing it right, but I'm doing it. So I was able to do a profit and loss. I have one for August and September. So just to catch us up with that, we had a net total income for August was $38,117.30 with a net income of $33,604.74. Then rolling into September, we had total income of $32,589.63 with a net income of negative $5,566.66. And we have 3 different accounts. Our ending balances are, as of September 30th, one account has $1,399.94. The next account has $18,070.08. And then our last account has $10,008.97.
Thank you, Jesse. All right. Commissioner's report.
Rain. It's Jesse's doing amazing trying to reschedule all these games. I'm just starting to get flack with the coaches and the parent, from all the rescheduling. But me, Tony, and Gene will handle that. Other than that, I know everybody's doing the best they can. The baseball season's off and running. we did pretty good in splitting the teams from what I can see as far as most of the leagues. So I think it's going pretty good so far. I haven't had any complaints except for at the very beginning about lopsided teams and all that, but all those teams that were supposedly lopsided lost, so it's all, pretty much all water under the bridge. Everything else is going good. I know Danny's doing the best he can on the fields, and that's just what we got to keep relaying to these parents. If anybody approaches you, just forward it to me, Tony, or Gene, and we'll deal with it. Other than that, can't wait till the end of the season to do the playoff game, and that's about it.
So the flack you're getting on the reschedules, is it because it's not being done
No.
timely enough?
No.
Okay.
Because of it happening, and then there has been a little bit of a communication gap, which we're going to resolve tonight. So that should be about it. I'm more getting, the parents are finding out on their way to the fields or stuff like that, and there's nothing we can do about that. We just got to make them understand that.
Anytime there's a schedule change, they should be getting an email that says your schedule has been changed.
They are.
They are.
Okay,
They are.
I just want to make sure, because
No, everything's working like it's supposed to work.
I will say that in my opinion and based on all the time that I've been playing here, we know well ahead of time. I mean, in past years, I used to be on my way to the field,
Yeah.
and it was raining, and it had been raining all day. You kind of knew it was going to happen, but nobody had said anything yet. This year, I feel like we know hours ahead, so I think it's better than usual, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's a couple reasons for that. One is I bug Danny all the time, and he sends me pictures. And a lot of those pictures I send out, he sent it.
Yeah, you can tell,
And then I usually I drive by every day, like around 2:30, and I stop by just to take a peek,
Yeah.
especially when it's raining every day.
Well-
But I think that I don't know. It's just I think this group right now that's up here actually cares about what's going on. So
Like I
put the extra
mentioned,
effort in.
it and a little bit of it might be a communication gap, but we're going to resolve that. So that's that. And kudos to Gene for today. That was amazing.
Yeah. I do have to let him know though, and you can pass this on to him. He cannot push clay onto the grass.
You did that?
Yeah, I got at the field at 4:30 and took a walk around the infield, and there's clay on the grass. That's like one of the no goes to ever do on a baseball field is push clay onto the grass.
I'm sure he won't do it if we
No.
tell him. He'll still go out there and work.
Yeah, just remind him that. I appreciate what he did
Yeah.
because they wouldn't be playing on right now if he didn't go help. So, but that clay has to stay on the clay. So, all right, Glenn, you good? Anything else?
Yes, I'm good.
All right, thank you. Softball commissioner.
everything in the world of softball seems to be good. I had a little hiccup in 8U, but that seems to be resolved. I do want to ask, because I know we vote on the rules. In the softball rules, when it says stealing, because those rules were copied from baseball because a lot of the rules were the same and then they were adjusted to fit softball, it says when leading off, there is no leading off in softball, so I want to get a vote from you guys that I can go in and change it to when the pitcher releases the ball. I just need to change that one little part of that sentence. So, I make a
second.
motion to
No, you gotta do it right.
change the rule.
Go. All right, I got you. I would like to make a motion to adjust the softball rules to eliminate the lead off from first, second, or third base.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. That's all I needed for softball. We're good.
Actually, since you bring up the rules, that's something I want to talk about for our workshop. And it's coming up in the calendar, but one thing we need to do is we need to go through those rules. I don't think we ever adjusted some of the rules in baseball that we voted on in the past couple months.
We haven't.
Yeah, so that's something we need to look into. Anyway, go ahead. That's all, Amy?
That'd be it.
All right, we're down to the village report.
So really, with COVID right now, we've been trying to get, the new recommendations and how everything's supposed to be run. I know I talked to you last week and saying that you can start going back to the dugouts, but I know you want to keep it the way it is right now.
Well,
We want to.
explain that to them. That's going back to the dugouts with masks on.
Wait.
They have to have masks on.
So
So, yeah.
this is it gets a little confusing, but that's why I was glad we had the meeting tonight. I just found out earlier today we wanted to keep it no dugouts. We're still keeping the social distancing, and still just making sure you're letting the coaches and parents know to have masks on, and if they're not social distancing, making sure they keep their mask on.
And you have received, I just want, just to get on record, you have received complaints.
Yes, we've received a couple. There have been 2 so far that I've heard of, and they're basically just complaints about the social distancing. They just said that the parents aren't social distancing and they're not wearing masks, and so I know just from your standpoint, it's just letting people know. I mean, you can't go tell everybody to put the mask on, but as long as you're proactive, letting people know, make sure you have them on, and sending out emails so they all know, then that's really all we can ask for.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, that's the best bet. Just to make sure on your end you're just covering it, and say, you know what, every so often we're letting everybody know, these are the guidelines, and making sure you're following them.
Yes. We'll send that in.
Then as far as the weather, what we've been trying to do is keep from calling things too early. So right now it's been good, with Danny sending you the pictures and you getting out there earlier just to check and see the fields. Because we hate to shut them down early on days where it rains early and then the sun comes out and they're able to dry up. So like I say, right now with you, getting a chance to get out there early and take a look at them, and making that call is, like I said, I think that's making a good system for us all. And we're not having to, shut things down and you see them and they're ready. So like I said, that's working good right now.
This is half joke, half serious. Is there a way we can get those like mats that the MLB rolls out onto the field,
Nice try, no.
or domes, plastic domes that just go over the fields? That would be fantastic.
Hey, no, I've actually, with all the rain that we got, I actually thought about the tarps, field tarps. So I got to look into that and see, who is that on? Is that on, us or the organization?
Stroke out on field 3 by the time I get there, but
Yeah, I don't think you know what you're getting into. You ever seen those big tubes that are on the side of the field?
Yeah.
I know, that's what I'm talking about. If I had to field 3, I'd probably be good, but that's By the
It
time
looks
I
like
get
20, 30 people on them on an
Yeah.
MLB field. So
It's on the organization, so that's that.
yeah, okay.
No. I think the village would buy them and then we maintain them. How's that sound?
that sounds amazing.
I got to put the proposal in. No, I'll look on that to see who it falls on. And I'll get back with you and let you know.
That'd be awesome.
Other than that, Jesse, when you get a chance, if you can send me, I have these 2. If you can send me the actual bank statements for August, September, and it'll be coming up October.
I can go ahead and give you my copies, and then I can just print new ones.
Okay, yeah, that'll work.
What, August and September, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's it.
prepared
That's all I
treasurer.
got.
I'm just saying. We've already did more than our
Alright, what's
last
on
6 treasurers.
What's next, Ed?
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, I'd like to make a motion to vote in the president's report, vice president's report, treasurer's report, commissioner's report, softball commissioner's report, and the village report.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Let's move on to old business, social distance review. Social distancing, we pretty much just covered that. I have noticed a few crowds and here and there, you know, but like you said, I've said it, I've told them. It is what it is. I mean, we're going to be fighting this to the end, so. I know the kids themselves have been the most difficult part. You know, they just want to, you know, when they're outside the fence, what do they want to do? Talk to their friends, hang out with their friends, blah blah blah. So it's been a struggle, but for the most part, I think everybody understands it, and knock on wood, hopefully we can get through the season without any outbreaks.
Ed, will you talk to Jason about social distancing?
I have, and I will again.
Okay, so he can put it out to his coaches.
Yeah.
What's confusing is, like the travel will come over and practice on field 4, and they don't.
Yeah.
They're not. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
I just don't want our parents, you know, seeing them and then following suit type thing.
Okay, back to the agenda. Okay, new business. I want to put Field 5 concession on here due to the fact that we really need to talk to our older teams, because if we're only bringing in like $20-$25 a night over there, we pay a kid $20 to sit over there. It's really not paying off to do it. So either we come up with some better ideas to start selling more things over there, or we just axe it until the spring. Because it's really a waste of money right now. Staffing it and all that stuff. So I don't know if we could purchase a warming box, you know, make some hot dogs and hamburgers on the other end, bring them over, French fries, stuff like that. But either we do something like that, or like I said, we close it down, because we are.
I'd rather, I mean, it's just me. Obviously, we're bored. I would rather not spend any more money trying to get it going. I would say just let's do it now. Don't waste even another $25.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. That's one of 4 or 5 here.
You're over there all the time. What do you think?
There's not many people, and even though there's even snacks in there,
Yeah.
nobody's buying them.
Yeah.
Nobody's buying them.
No, I mean, yeah, I think my son was over there the other day, last week, one day, and he sold $8 worth of food. You know. So if people really are hungry, they can.
They can walk.
Yep. And you know, and I'll remind them. I'll put on the 15U thread, or you can pass it along to the DD that, you know, we're going to be closing it, so be responsible and bring water for your kids. You know. So if you're all in this agreement with me, I'm gonna shut down Field 5.
I second.
At least, you know, maybe in spring we'll give it another shot. I'm sorry. In the spring we'll give it another shot.
That's different. There's a lot more people.
Yeah.
There's,
You know, and you know, maybe we'll.
Is that rain?
yes,
Sounds
it is.
like, yeah.
What time is it? Did any game? What,
I doubt it. Anyway, there goes that.
So, yep.
We will not be
Well,
rescheduling.
softball
this
got
game.
an hour in, so their game is done. They don't have to make that one up.
All right. All right. The last topic of the night is the calendar. You're up, Amy.
Yay. Okay, so I have made a calendar. I emailed it to everyone. I believe I emailed it to you too. If not, I just gave you a copy. The what we're proposing is we have a workshop on Monday, November 30th, and then have the board meeting to vote in what we change and do the next day, which is our normal board meeting, which would be December 1st. In January, we will, half of the fields will still be closed, which is fine. We'll do walk-up registration the 22nd and 23rd. We can do evals on the 25th and the 26th on the even or odd fields, depending on which ones are open at that point. We'll have
Well, I'm hoping they open up by that week.
yeah, they should.
The
yeah, they should be open that week.
yeah.
Based off of the calendar from last year and what I was looking at, we should be open that week of the 18th. We'll be
Okay.
back up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
So, and then, I mean, at least this way it gives an extra week just in case something happened, something got delayed. You have one more week. So we'll do evals on the 25th and 26th. Makeup eval and registration will close on Wednesday, the 27th. Okay? We're good? So after makeup evals are over, registration will close. Then we'll do the board and DD review like we did this season. I think that helps.
Oh, hold up. I don't want to be a pain in the butt, but why don't we just close registration on the first day of practice? Yeah, I know. It gives it another weekend.
If I was voting,
I would rather close it before we draft. Just because then we're not adding kids and it's not,
Oh, we're gonna add kids. Don't worry, because
Yeah,
this is the way we need to do it. And I hate to do this, but we need to keep teams and we need to work on our managers right away. We need to keep teams at 9 when we draft, 9 or 10, because it happens every year. I really don't want to turn kids away. I know you want to shoot me. You're looking at me with that evil eye.
'Cause I
But
have
it's a
to
spring
do it.
season. It's a baseball season.
And they have from November 1st until January 27th, which is like 4 or 5 months to register.
And opening days on the 13th.
she's gonna look at me too, but I would do a compromise, and if I was looking at this just because of uniforms, I would say our drop dead date is Friday the 5th.
Listen,
He can't do all the uniforms in a week.
No, I'm saying.
Opening day is the 12th.
I'm not saying all the uniforms.
no.
Before that, I'm saying about extras.
Let me say, Jerry, I asked for one extra. He had an extra done for me in 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No, I realize the extras, but I would like to have
That gives you a week before any games start if you do October 5th. And that's a week after you. That's even later than you said, but it's not to opening night.
listen. The reason why I'm saying that we close on the 27th, and I mean, if we have like 1 or 2 kids, whatever, I mean, it kind of is what it is. But I would rather not be adding kids because what happens is Johnny Schmomo over here is really good at playing baseball and wants to make sure he ends up on such and such team. And they don't draft, and they don't do this, and they don't do that, and then they register after we're already drafted, and they end up on the team they wanted to be on, and Coach Willy Wonka now has, like, all-star players. You all right?
Yes. You got me at Willy Wonka.
I don't sugarcoat it, so that's why I picked
Listen,
Willy Wonka. I get what
I
you're
totally
saying.
get what you're saying. I really do. But
Plus, it's so much work to go
I know.
back in and open
We,
the system and do this and do this.
as the baseball people on the board, that I think we have most divisions covered here. You know, when the person signs up, the late person, we need to do our due diligence on make sure he gets on the right team.
Yeah, if he doesn't get on the right team and he's on baseball, then that's going to be on
But
me.
that's the thing. Once draft is over, then it's whoever was next.
Okay, listen. Let me throw this out there. Like
Don't shake your
anybody
head. No, it is.
anybody that signs up that goes into the Babe Ruth division, I know who that kid is for the most part. 95% of the kids I know. I didn't even do evaluations. You go down to the next division, and there's someone that's just like me. We talk to them. Where do they belong? Tony probably knows everybody down in the AU division. You know, so that's who we talk to.
But then you have
T-ball is T-ball.
And I'm telling you right now that if travel player pops up after the drafts are done, and he's wanting to go on.
Travel should have already been playing unless
Or
they're
the
in
next
13
person,
years.
I'm just saying caliber,
Yeah.
and the next person is this guy who has just looks like a really good team already, and this guy needs help. I don't care who's next. That kid's going to that team.
Yeah, that's what we got to do as.
I don't care. They can be mad at me, and I'll push them off to Tony and Gene, and everything will be fine. But that's on me. That's on me. I would rather have that. And Amy, I know you're going to call me later and yell at me, but I'd rather have
Oh,
that.
I'm calling all of you and yelling at you.
I
Go
would
ahead.
rather have that till the Friday the 5th. That would be a compromise between both of your dates. Not quite the opening night because I don't want opening night and then the kids having to try to get a uniform the last day. Yes, Jerry can do it, but I'd rather not plan that.
Can we do Monday the 1st instead? Because then that gives whoever
So-
this kid is
so
2
Reggie-
weeks to practice,
So let me.
just like everybody else. I hate adding kids to a team that's already practiced for a week.
Yeah,
because
but a
then
lot of the
everybody's
parents
still gelling and whatever.
from the emails I saw and a lot of the parents that I saw at the park that added their kids on late, they don't care about that. They just want the kid to get on a team.
I would just like to hear what Tony has to say about this.
All right,
Come on,
so
Tony.
no, I mean I see both sides of it. I did have a kid that was my own personal experience. He was on my 8U team, moving up to 10U, and his dad, you know, they're kind of a little scatterbrained, right? Just my experience having him on my team last season, and I think it was like a week into practice, like this season, we were about a week into that first practice, and he's like, "Hey, can I still sign Mike up?" And I was like, "No, you know," but you know, so I don't know. He probably went and played somewhere else. I don't know. You know, I just hate to lose kids,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, I get it. I mean, they got 2 months to do it. Just by nature, people just wait till the last minute. Maybe it's financial reasons, who knows what. And I just hate to turn any kid away, whether he's good or bad. I don't care. So, but I do get it. I agree with you. I don't think it's good that a team's been practicing for all the preseason. All of a sudden, there's a random kid that comes in. Nobody kind of probably upsets parents too. There's a lot of different things to think about. So I don't, you know, I think somewhere in the middle is probably a good idea.
Thank you, Tony. I just want to make sure you were going to get a phone call tonight, too.
Just want to make sure
my
yours is going to be so
personal-
long.
My personal feeling on it is if at the point we no longer give refunds, we should no longer be taking money. We no longer give refunds after the draft.
I don't want people to go to Okie or Phipps either.
We're going to have to agree to disagree and vote on the 5th.
You guys can pick whatever date and vote on it. I vote nay. I vote stay the 27th. So, moving on. The board and DD review will be on the 28th. Managers meeting on the 29th. On the 29th, can we have the rec center, Brendan, for that, or the upstairs of the
The
Which-
29th and the 30th.
the 29th and the 30th, either the rec center or Commons Park. That Commons Park place was pretty cool.
That was awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
Over at Commons?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll let you know. By that time, we should be back at the rec center. Commons will probably be in full swing back with their events Friday, Saturdays. So yeah, I plan on it being at the rec center.
All right. So actually the 28th, the 29th, and 30th,
Yeah, I was
because
gonna
we'll have to
say.
have the board review,
We need the
managers meeting, and then the draft. And the draft will be all day Saturday because we'll have to get through everybody all in one shot. Even though it says it on here, we're taking out the coaches clinic, and then practices will actually start on Monday the 1st. And then opening night will be the 12th of February, with opening day being the 13th. Opening night is still up in the air, depends on what COVID does between now and then, if we can be together again or not.
We missed the mayor coming. We want him out there.
All right.
Probably
Yeah.
going to miss it again.
And then regular season will end March 27th, which gives, I believe, a week in between, or a week and a half, something like that. It gives 1 week it gives 2 weeks. 2 weeks, right? Yeah, it gives 2 weeks to have like a week of practice and then a week of playoff games, unless you want to do 2 playoff, kind of like this season. So there's like a week in between, so that way if we have rainouts or whatever, we have an extra week to play with.
Yep.
Then season will end April 10th. Our All Stars will start April 17th. So prior to that, I don't have it on here, but we'll have to pick a date where we're gonna have when the managers need to start sending in their All-Star emails wanting to request to be an All-Star manager, and then a date for when they have to have their players in by to try out. Yes, Tony.
Let's make sure we give plenty of time for that.
Yeah,
There is.
the actually, I we'll have a plan in place. I'll go over it with everybody. But in the past, we've got started doing open practices like halfway through, like at the midpoint, and then started having open practices so anybody interested in All Stars can start showing up and practicing, and then the managers can start seeing who they are, and then we'll have something in place. It's not going to be till the end like that. They'll be actually practicing together way before that.
Yeah. Good. Okay.
We'll be getting our Friday nights. It's usually Friday nights or Sundays, but it's generally been Friday nights.
And also, April 17th is the earliest we've ever started All Stars, because normally our regular season isn't even done until around that time. So then this gives us actually 3 extra weeks, like most of the other
It's
leagues.
usually not over until May.
Yeah, we should be paralleling Okehili with this schedule.
Yeah. So it'll give us a lot more weeks to practice before, and get scrimmages in with some of the local teams, Phipps, Gardens, all them, Okehili, to where we can get prepared for June. So this gives us a month and a half, if not 2 months, till then. So I feel like that's a lot of practice time. Plus there's tournaments, like there's the Father's Day tournament that I think Jupiter does, right?
No, the Father's Day tournament's usually districts.
And who's,
Oh,
Woodbat. There's a Woodbat.
that's no.
There's one in May.
Memorial Day tournament is Jupiter.
Okay, that's what.
Phipps is the next week, and
Yeah.
then there's tournaments.
And then we gotta. Are we doing a Willows Bash?
Yes.
We gotta figure out a date before someone sealed it, so we can get it before districts.
I usually can't do a date until I find out what Mr. Oscar's doing, and he won't put his dates out until after Christmas. Yeah. Usually I figure it out in January.
Okay. Well, then we'll know in January for
Yeah.
that tournament. And then I would like to, during the workshop, rework the cost for All Stars, because it needs to be adjusted because prices have gone up and we have not. So just like our regular season, I think some things need to be changed, added, taken away, whatnot, what have you. So that's what I have for the calendar. Other than when registration closes, I'm done.
On the workshop topic, can you start a agenda for it?
For the workshop.
Put that on it and put the rules. We'll start with that.
What am I putting on it? Rules. and what?
Registration closed, rules, tournaments.
And did you? Yeah, we'll need somewhere for that workshop on the November 30th.
Yeah, we can do that. We usually do that at the rec center too. So if that's not open yet, we don't mind going to Commons. I like it there. I feel fancy when we're upstairs.
Remember too, not a lot of people usually show up for those.
Workshop, a lot of people show up to workshop. Nobody comes to our board meetings, as you can tell.
Really important people are here.
All right. Let's go with the new business topics. Let's open it up to open mic.
I had something, but I forgot.
Would you like me to give you a few seconds?
Call it.
What? You said close it? Okay. I'd like to make a motion to close our board meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hey.
Right.